friends, it's Paige Evans and welcome to the last video in my 12 Days of Love cut files series and process videos. Today's final cut file is a love letter and I am dedicating this page to my son Fox. And I'm using my older collection called Whimsical. I still have some of it in my stash and it was really fun to bring it out and use it again. So I'm going to back this cut file in the more traditional way, where instead of having the silhouette having the silhouette do the backing pieces for me, I'm going to save the inner pieces and use them to trace and cut out slightly larger and then glue onto the back of the cut file. So save those inner pieces. Sometimes it's faster. This is especially because I wasn't 100% sure of my pattern paper choices, so I didn't want to spend the time cutting out the squares of pattern paper to have the machine cut them out. I just wanted to be able to quickly and easily cut a few options occasionally if needs be and decide which one I liked best. So here I'm trying to figure out which paper I want to use for the letter, which paper I want to use for the envelope, which one for this front and center heart. So I'm grabbing the inner piece, holding it in place just with my other hand, and then cutting it out slightly larger so that it has something to adhere onto on the back of the cut file. So this is the fastest way to cut out the backing pieces by hand instead of tracing it with a pencil and cutting out larger. If you just hold it in place and keep it still and cut around it slightly larger, then you'll have the backing piece ready to go. So here I'm cutting out two of this exact same heart, trying to figure out which one I want to be the front and center heart, because it's such a important heart. It's right there. It's one of the first things that you see. So then I decided to cut the letter part from lined paper so that it kind of mimics an actual letter. So look through your pattern papers and see if any of them kind of click and fit and make sense like that. So again, I'm going to use the inner piece, and this time I am tracing it because it's larger, but I'm just drawing it. I'm just trying to save myself a step, and so instead of tracing it right along the edges, I'm drawing slightly larger so that I don't have to erase any pencil marks, although I think I might have done it anyway, just in case, so that the pencil marks don't peek out from underneath the cut file. So using fussy cutting scissors and cutting out that piece that I just traced, and going to hold it behind the cut file to make sure everything looks good and that the lines are straight, and then adhere it in place. And I'm going to continue doing that for the entire cut file, backing it in this traditional way of hand cutting the pieces. I'm using my favorite liquid glue. This is Barely Art, and I like how the nozzle is so tiny so it can get onto these really intricate and thin areas of cut files. And it dries quickly, so you can continue on backing the cut file without waiting for the glue to dry. So here we go. Got one section backed, and I'm going to continue. So I've used my Whimsical collection with all the bright and fun colors. I've hand cut all of the pieces for all of the different sections of the cut file, and probably took about an hour to back the whole cut file, and it's totally worth it to me. I love backing cut files. It's always such a ta-da moment when you flip it over after finish backing it. So I'm using this purple ledger paper as my background. I feel it all goes together with the letter and writing, and so and I've actually never used this paper as a background before, so I love when that happens because I always try and use a different pattern paper for my background. I want to tuck photos into the envelope, and since it's already glued in place, I'm having to use my X-Acto knife, my craft knife to cut slits in the cut file so that I can tuck my photo underneath. So you saw I'm deciding which photo I want to use, and I do want to use some photos of me and my son Fox. I didn't use those two photos that I was showing just now. I went back through my photo folders and found a couple of us on his, I believe it was his 11th birthday last year. So I'm going to attach the cut file in place with foam squares so it lifts off the background. It's literally popping off the background with these foam squares. So just one on the back of every heart and a couple on the back of the envelope is plenty. It will stick in place, and if you want to reinforce it with liquid glue, you can. So peel off the backing, and then I'm going to attach it at a very slight angle just for a little bit of unexpectedness. You know, you expect things to be straight up and down, but if you just tilt it slightly, it just changes the whole vibe and the overall look, just for fun. So here are the two photos of me and my boy, and I'm going to tuck them into the pocket. Remember, I sliced through so that the photos can go underneath and into the envelope. So I'm bringing out all of the embellishments from my Whimsical collection. So it is available digitally if you really want to print out all of the pattern papers and the icons and embellishments. You can get it from acdigitals.com. So I am going to enhance this love letter idea and write Dear Fox with the patterned floral thickers from Whimsical with a heart chipboard sticker between. And then on the heart, I'm going to add an ampersand sticker and then use the mini foam thickers from this collection to say, what am I going to say? Sorry, it's been a minute since I actually made the layout. I'm going back in time trying to remember. So it says me and you. So at this point I was like, well, now what, right? So the cut file has done a lot of the work for me. It's the main embellishment. It's got lots of pops of color. And so then I was struggling, trying to figure out what else I wanted to do. And then a light bulb went on, and I was like, well, this is a letter to Fox, right? So why don't we literally make it a letter? So you know those candy poster boards where you go to the store and you buy all those candy bars and you turn it into sentiments like, what am I trying to say? If you have a Snickers bar, you know, you say, you make me snicker, or I don't know. I hope you know what I'm talking about, those candy poster boards. So I decided to use that idea and kind of do the same thing where I'm writing along and I'm looking at all of the sentiments and all of the word stickers throughout Whimsical and tried to find a rainbow of them that went along with what I was trying to say in my letter journaling to Fox. So it was kind of just like a puzzle, and going through and writing a sentence or two at a time and then adding the sticker. And I'm using a pencil first, just in case I do need to erase something or something didn't quite fit. And then I plan to go over all of the journaling with a black pen. So right now I'm just trying to figuring it out, and I'm trying to figure it out, crossing my fingers that it looks the way I envision in my head. And luckily in the end, I think it does work out. So this ledger background was absolutely perfect for writing my journaling. I just kept it in the lines and added all of these fun phrases and sentiments with a letter to my son, Fox. So, and I don't usually typically include so much journaling on my layouts, so this layout was just so fun for so many reasons for me to create. So I hope you enjoy it too and are inspired in some way, but we're not done yet, so I'm not signing off. And the finishing part, I just drew a heart with the pencil, and I'm going to use the colorful mini foam thickers from Whimsical to say Mom. I covered up the pencil heart with a heart sticker because there are so many hearts throughout this collection. So just added a heart sticker and then Mom, so he knows it's from me, and then going over all of the journaling that I just wrote with a black pen, and I let it sit and dry for a while just because I was scared that once I was going over it with an eraser and erasing all of the pencil journaling, it was going to smear, but luckily it didn't, so that was good news. So I'm erasing all of the journaling that I had written with the pencil first, and then just left with the pen journaling. Hi, Amy. Oh, crack me up. And then instead of using my hands to wipe away the excess eraser, I just use a paintbrush and I'm just wiping it away, and it gets into all of those grooves. And it's just a lot easier to wipe away the eraser, at least for me, with a paintbrush. So I want to add even more pops of color and even more hearts because I love my son and it's just a letter of advice and things I love about him. So in the Whimsical collection, there are a lot of teeny tiny hearts here and there in the cardstock stickers, in the chipboard stickers. So if there was a little space where there was no journaling, I'm just trying to add some pops of color and love here and there. There's also puffy stickers, and these puffy stickers, I swear, are the tiniest ones that I've ever had in any of my collections. There's a lot of teeny, 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 tiny hearts, which is great for fitting into spots just like this, where I just need something extra tiny to fit in between my journaling. Moving things around, trying to space the colors evenly as well. From the puffy stickers, there's a rainbow scalloped border, so I added it there at the bottom, and that, my friends, is the finished layout. I so hope you have enjoyed this series from me. I've never done this before, but it was really fun, so I'm thinking I want to do it again with my next cut file bundle series as well. Thinking about either doing boys or florals or large titles. Let me know which type of cut files you'd like to see from me next. I hope you are inspired to pick up this 12 Days of Love cut file bundle, and you've been inspired in some way by any and all of these videos. It's been really, really fun for me to do this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Have a great day.